Okay, what's going on, everybody? Will Hamilton here. We have a call with Bob and Mike Bryan. Bob and Mike, what's up, guys?
What's up, Will?
Well, I think we got the technology figured out finally, so that's sort of the, dangers of running a website. But
it happens, man.
It does. So what's going on, guys?
Hanging in Miami, just chilling. Got some time off. Mike's out in California, so we got a little separation, get some space. And I don't know, I've just been chilling on the beach the last few days. Nothing,
nice,
nothing too exciting, but definitely good relaxation.
Very cool, Mike. How's the West Coast?
West Coast is nice, man. It's been 75 blue skies every day, and just been watching the Open a little bit, and I've been taking it easy. It was been nice to be at the Open, but we've been at home for the last couple of weeks, unfortunately.
Well, that must be the first little downtime you guys have had in a while, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've exited a Grand Slam in the first week, but we have the positive, man. Now we're fresh. We're fresh for the fall.
Well, that's good to hear. Davis Cup's coming up soon, right?
Davis Cup for us is over because we lost to Spain.
Oh,
so,
that's right.
For us, we have the week off. It's Spain. Who's Spain playing? They're playing on clay in Cordoba against France. And then Serbia's playing Argentina. So Djokovic has to go over and play in a couple days over in Belgrade, which is going to be tough.
What's your take on that match, by the way? I mean, Djokovic looks like a beast, huh?
Yeah,
I think it's unbelievable. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, it's a matchup. It's a matchup problem, I think, for Nadal. Because Djokovic seems like he can hit winners off both wings, and then Nadal's basically doing most of the stuff on the forehand side. But and it's also a mental problem, I think, right now. He's just kind of got that mental edge, and you can see Nadal just kind of making some bad decisions in the big moments.
Well, speaking of matchup problems, that is what we are going to help everybody on this call sort of be to their opponents. We're going to have them ask you guys some questions and help them basically run plays, play like the Bryan Brothers. So for everybody listening, just a quick piece of housekeeping. There's a chat box going on. I am not on it right now, but Adam is. His username is FYB, so you can direct your questions to him. We are going to be calling some people in just a second, so they can personally ask Bob and Mike their questions. And of course, we are running this promotion with the Bryan Bros Doubles Playbook, a 10-hour course with Bob and Mike, where they are going to teach you how to play proactive doubles and run plays just like them. And this course is awesome. It's awesome. That's all everybody needs to know. Okay.
It's really awesome.
It's fantastic. So
we can give someone a call.
Okay, Adam, who is over here, says we can queue up our first person. So let's Adam's going to give him a call.
I believe we are calling Susan.
We are calling Susan right now.
Just keep going here.
Okay, well let's Adam, if we're going to call her in a second, why don't I go to a canned question that was submitted. Does that work?
Yeah, do you have the questions in front of you there?
I do. So question number one is, and by the way, thank you to everybody who filled out the survey and submitted questions ahead of time. Really appreciate it. Got a ton of questions, unsurprisingly. So I am 73 years old. I play with others, all who are over the age of 55. And our serves have lost a little bit of punch. And this makes it difficult for us to approach the net after we serve. So we're serving and volleying. It's tricky. And our opponents tend to have a pretty good look at our returns. So is it best to stay back and look for other opportunities to work forward there? Like, how does that work?
I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question because, we like to play aggressive doubles. We like to get to the net. We like to be proactive with our volleys. We like to dictate and just be intimidating. I mean, when you're a little bit older and you lose that step, when you get old, you get a little bit slower, and you you can't cover the court like you used to. So you need that timing and the positioning. You know, and in this video, we're gonna show everyone how to, you know, time a poach, how to time your move, and where to position yourself on the court. You know, you don't want to be moving too much laterally when you're 70 years old. You know, you want to be moving in the right directions, forward and diagonally. And
because you'd be cutting off the angles.
You don't have to be Carl Lewis with this strategy that we're going to show you. You can be older and, you know, just have a couple steps, but you know, you can really shrink the court and make it really uncomfortable for your opponents just with a few strong moves.
Well, let me ask you this. Todd Woodbridge, obviously one half of the Woodies, they've matched you guys or I guess you guys matched them in Grand Slam wins at 11. Woodbridge, not a very powerful guy, about 5'10", so maybe he's the pro equivalent of a guy who doesn't have a very powerful serve. And did you guys have a chance to play them?
Yeah, we did. We played them 3 times early in our career, kind of when they're at the height of their powers, and we were just coming up. And you know, we idolized those guys. I mean, they definitely taught us a lot because we come from more the power side of doubles, more athletic, and we serve big. And it was kind of, you know, inspiring to see how they played. They didn't serve huge, but they had a lot of tricks up their sleeves. They definitely ran a lot of the plays that we talk about in this video. We kind of stole some stuff from them. Their timing and their footwork and all that was pretty impeccable. So they knew how to cut off the court and shrink the court on the returner, and kind of just get in the returner's head. You know, they obviously knew that the returner was going to kind of take a crack on their serves, so they threw a lot of different stuff at them. You know, their teamwork and communication was, you know, off the charts. Before every point, they talk at signals, and they definitely just knew what they were doing. So they kind of dissected their opponents, which was really cool. So we've watched tapes of them, and we've used a lot of their philosophies and their tactics to kind of help our games, and it's definitely in this video.
So, you know, if you're 73, would you recommend here, you know, some faking? Would you do some I formation? Basically, just not letting the returner take a clean rip and with a big target.
Yeah, I mean, You want to move your serves around. You know, you don't want to let the returner get in that rhythm. You know, you don't want to give the guy forehand after forehand after forehand. You know, kind of realize what's burning you. And then run plays. You know, the Woodies use a lot of I formation, which created that kind of indecision in the returner. So the returner would often take his eye off the ball and, you know, shank the ball all over the place. So they hid their lack of power with different formations, you know, communication and plays, which was really smart on their part.
So basically, they made up for the lack of power with a lot of deception.
Yeah. Look, we actually played the Jensen brothers a couple weeks ago, and we used wood rackets. And if anyone's ever used a wood racket, there's not much power on those rackets, and we'd never hit a ball with the wood rackets before. And you know, it was really weird. I mean, they were an inch shorter, so we couldn't do much with these rackets. So we just basically used our positioning and strategy and tactics against the Jensens, who are a great doubles team, and, you know, we idolize. But we just used that with a lack of power, and we were able to kind of beat them. So there was a few things that we were doing in that match that we can show you in the video.
Were you really? Well, I'll have to next time I see Murphy Jensen, he's the coach of the Washington Castles. I'll have to needle him about that.
Don't give him too much crap. He took it
I'll be somewhat tame. Adam is telling me we are good to call Susan, so why don't we give her a ring right now? And everybody will hear some ringing on the line.
Cool.
There we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Susan?
This is Susan.
Hey, Susan, this is
Hello,
Will
Susan.
Hamilton. You're on with Bob and Mike Bryan.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love you guys. And I actually
Where are you
have a
from?
match tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Where are you
great.
from, Susan?
Jacksonville, Florida.
All right.
And it's still very hot here.
Yeah, I'm in
We're gonna
Miami,
win
and
that match tomorrow.
Oh, so you know. But anyway, I have a match tomorrow, and I'm so excited about, the playbook and all of that. And I have 3 quick questions. One is, when my partner and I, we love the net. But a lot of times when we're both up at the net, a ball will go down the middle, and we'll think the other one's going to get it. And who should take that ball?
Well, that's a good question. Susan, do you play with your partner a lot?
Yes.
You do, okay. Well,
We just started playing together the past few months, but we will be playing a lot together.
Okay, well, the way we like to do it, and we show you this in the video, is if the ball goes out to the deuce court and that your opponent is outside the doubles alley or is kind of being stretched wide, we like to shift our 2 players over towards that side of the court. Now,
okay.
that would move the cross court. That would move you, if you're on the cross court, that would move you towards the center service line.
Okay.
So really, the only shot that really beats you there is a cross-court dipper angle, which we feel is like one of the toughest shots in tennis. So a lot of the times we have the middle is covered by the cross-court partner, which would be you in that case. So deuce court to deuce court, and it's basically you want to position yourself basically determined by where the ball is on the court. And in this video, we're going to show you how you should move with your partner. You always want to have like that 10-foot rope tied around, each other's waist. So if you go towards the alley, you want to be pulling your partner with you. And now if you're playing a lot of matches together, you should be able to get this timing down. We'll show you in this video how you should move. And just like I said, if someone's pulled wide, you want that middle covered by the cross-court partner.
And we actually used that play that you guys showed in one of the first videos of pulling the person out wide and then the other one coming in and putting the ball away down the middle or whatever side the other person isn't on. And it works great. And it's so easy.
It really takes teams by surprise. Yeah, it takes teams by surprise. It's intimidating. It's quick. And it feels good. It feels good to put away balls and attack the net, other than waiting for your opponent to miss or hit a lob and kind of push the ball.
Exactly, and then hitting balls right back to the players, which happens a lot. And I'm really trying to get away from that. And the other thing I wanted to ask you is, like if your partner, we don't always do the best serves, but if she would do a very weak serve and the returner goes right at you hard at the net, how do you get your revenge on that? Like, what is the best way to handle that? Because I really want to work on that.
You mean you're getting a little...
Well, that I want to be able to get it back to where they can't get it.
Yeah,
So I think
okay, go, Will.
Nothing. I think you got it, so go ahead.
Okay, that happens all the time when there's a weak serve and the returner sets up and crushes it right at the net player. That we see that a lot. That's a good play by the returner, but if you're the net player and you're ready and you stick it, right back at him or through the middle, that could feel, even better. So, you want to read the ball off the racket, and I think where you position yourself as at net is huge. You want to position yourself kind of in the middle of the box with your hands out in front, and we like to always move forward, have our body weight going forward. Sometimes you think when they're crushing at you, you want to step back and be kind of reactive, but you actually want to, if you want to exchange the pace, you want to have your weight going forward, and that takes just, timing your split step right and getting your movement right, But you know, you want to have your hands in front too, and think proactive on the volley, and think don't be scared of that shot. Go get it.
Mike, in this case,
Yes.
if your partner hits a good serve, you're obviously going to be a little bit closer to the net. Now, on the second
Yes.
serve, you'd probably want to step back a foot or two to give yourself a little more space.
Yeah, that's what I do. This would be on the
time
first
it.
serve, you know, but just if
Yeah.
she doesn't do an especially good first serve, which happens to all of us, you know, and a lot of times the people will do that to try to intimidate you, and I refuse to move back. I mean, I stand my ground. So
You like to take it, on the chin. That's great. You know, if you're able to reflex it and beat them that way, you know, that's great. But you know, if you are getting beat, you know, give yourself a little more space, and then keep that weight going forward. You know, that'll make your volleys a little bit heavy. It'll make your volleys a little heavier, getting your weight going forward.
And the last question I have, and you guys probably don't ever go through this at all because you're always playing guys, you know, but it's to handle the whole mental thing of playing people that you know that might have beat you in the past. Like, how do you handle that?
Well,
you know, so it doesn't get in your head.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I mean, there isn't a team out there that we haven't lost to. We've played hundreds and hundreds of tournaments, and you know, a lot of guys know our strategy. You know, they've seen us play on TV. They've watched us a lot more than we've seen them. And you know, if you've lost to a team and that team's got your number, try a total different formation. You know, now try just make them feel like you're doing something different and that you've thought about it, and you're going to throw the kitchen sink at them. There's a team, Nestor and Zimonich, that we've played many times, and there was a point a couple of years ago where they beat us like 4 times in a row, and we came out on the court for that 5th time. It was actually the finals of the Australian Open, and we just switched sides. You know, I went to the ad court, which I'm a deuce court guy, and Mike played the deuce, and we just threw a totally different look at him. And it wasn't so much the physical results of the shots we were hitting; it was more the mental edge that we gained by throwing a completely different look at Nestor and Zimonich. And it worked out in our favor, and we went on a run. We beat them like 4 or 5 times in a row, and we kind of got hold of that rivalry. But it was just a different look.
So just show them something different.
Show them something different. You know, if you haven't been poaching, put some poaches in there. You know, try an I formation. You know, serve different shots. There's got to be a weaker player on that team, that you can exploit, or a weaker shot that you haven't tried, going to. So, there's stuff you can do.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And like I said, I actually watched you guys today in a match. I guess it was an old one or something, but you guys are just so great, and I'm so glad they're starting to do more doubles on TV. Because, it's usually just the singles matches, so.
Well, good luck. Good luck tomorrow in your match. Kick some butt.
Oh, thank you. And I look forward to, the playbook coming up, so. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thanks, Susan.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, well, thank you, Susan, for calling. Also want to welcome Tina, and I don't think I'm pronouncing this properly, but Fasha Hath, I guess, have joined the program in the last couple minutes, so welcome to those two. Just to let everybody know who's on the call, below this player, you can join this program by clicking Add to Cart, and one of the options is $37 a month for 12 months. So, pretty good deal for lessons from Bob and Mike. What were you saying, Adam?
These types of calls are included in the program.
Oh, yeah, and I was going to say these types of calls are included in the program. So are we going to Ben now in 1 second? Actually, before we go to Ben, I want to ask Bob and Mike just to expand a little bit on one concept. We've been talking a little bit about plays, but I want to talk maybe more individually. If you're a doubles player, and regardless of whether you have a consistent teammate or you have a new partner all the time, Can you talk a little bit about being a proactive doubles player, what that means, versus being a little bit more reactive, which is what you typically see at the rec level?
Yeah, I mean, being proactive is the style of doubles we play. I mean, we're always trying to take the bull by the horns and in the point as soon as possible and try to hit easy volleys. Easy volleys are the high volleys that are pretty close to the net. We're the number one team in the world, and people think we have great volleys, but we're 99% of the time we're hitting really easy volleys because we're in the right position and our timing's right, and our mentality's right. We're thinking, kind of attack the ball. We're thinking aggressive, and that it all stems from that. And when you're proactive, you're imagining where the ball you think the ball is going to be. And you're going to go get the ball. You're going to put your weight behind the ball and try to end the point. And so you never really see us as a reactive volley. You never see us backing up, moving sideways, kind of being stagnant. Our weight's usually going forward, and we're hitting really easy volleys. I mean, a lot of times Bob's when he's poaching, he's almost hitting the net, and that'd be bad. But he's pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said we imagine where the ball is going to be, and then we go to where we think that spot is. And at the rec level, and I want everybody listening to this call to sort of visualize, maybe close your eyes or something. The last time you played doubles, were most of the volleys you hit balls that your opponent decided to hit at you, or were they volleys where you imagined, like Mike was just saying, where the ball was going to be, and then you went and got it? Because that is what Bob and Mike do. That's what you need to do. That's what playing proactive doubles is all about. So we good for, with that in mind, we good for Ben?
We are.
All right, let's dial him up.
Should be dialing here.
Be dialing in just a second.
Hello?
Hey, is this Ben?
Oh, hey, Will. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, how are you, Will?
Good. Just for everybody
I'm fine.
listening, Ben, we've known each other for about a year, I think, and you were at one of Ian Westerman's clinics, right?
Yeah, it was 5 months ago.
Yeah, nice, man.
So
Well, you're on with Bob and Mike.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Mike. How are you guys?
How you doing, Ben?
How you doing, man? Yeah. All right. So should I ask my question now?
Yeah, go ahead. Fire it off.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So the thing is that when I lose my service rhythm, I often stay back. But when I'm in a rhythm, I play really aggressively, and I come up to the net as often as I want. So how do I combat this and get back into a rhythm?
Well, I lose my rhythm is when I speed up and when I rush. So when I step up to the line, you want to have those rituals down. Do you have any rituals on your serve? Like if you bounce the ball or, do certain things, you want to get your rituals intact. Do you have that?
Yeah, I actually tend to bounce the ball around 10 times. No exaggeration.
10 times, so
Novak Djokovic.
Half as much as Djokovic. Nice. Yeah, you want when you get to the line, Ben. Take a deep breath. You want to stand up tall. Keep your racket head up. And make sure you're nice and slow at the beginning of your serve. Make sure it's slow, and then that racket face blurs at the end. Don't grip your racket too tight. But I find when my rhythm goes out on me, it's because I'm speeding up. And it doesn't matter what the score is. Have that rhythm set, and just make sure you take your time when you step up to the line.
Okay. Thanks so much.
But buddy, when you lose rhythm on your serve, it happens to everyone. You just gotta stay aggressive. If you're a serve volley player, and that's the way that you want to play, that's how we play. Just keep going for it. You don't want to have that indecision, because when you stay back on the baseline, and you're a serve volley player, your opponent's gonna say, look, he's getting tight, he's choky, that kind of that's going to, just create confidence in your opponent. But just keep with your game plan and be proactive on your volleys.
Okay, but what if I hit a really weak serve? Should I still come in regardless, or should I stay back?
Yeah, I mean, you're not planning on hitting a weak serve, are you?
No, I mean, like when you get nervous, your priority becomes getting the ball in rather than, trying to get your spot. So.
Yeah, well, you have time in between points to kind of discuss these things with your partner. If your partner, if he knows you get tight at 4-all in the third, then you should tell him, hey, buddy, I don't really feel like hitting a first volley here. Do you mind pinching a little bit in the middle and trying to make that return tougher? Make that target a lot smaller on the return. So, just communicate that with your partner, and you guys can run a play. If you want to hide that first volley, maybe you run a poach, and your partner poaches and you cover behind him. And, if you have a better, forehand volley or backhand volley, you can, have your partner kind of shift one way, and there's things you can do to hide that. That happens to the greatest players. They do tense up on their serve, and no one wants to hit that low volley. That's the toughest shot in tennis is the shoelace volley. But there's ways you can hide it.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Ben. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. All right, thanks so much, Will, and thanks so much, Bob and Mike.
All right, Ben. Good luck, man.
All right, thank you.
Good luck, Dave.
All right, so I think we are going to Kathleen in Scranton. Is that right, Adam?
Yeah, give me just a second.
All right, Adam's getting it going. Getting it going here. Guys, why don't you talk about first serve percentage for a second? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, are we calling Adam? Not yet? 1 second. Let's get this question out. So the first serve percentage, how important is it? Because I got a couple questions that are like, oh, what do I do on the second serve?
Yeah.
Mike,
Hey, well, yeah, this is Mike. Yeah, I think first serve percentage is, one of the biggest things. It's probably the number one stat we look at after a match. What first serve percentage we hit. It's really big in doubles. I mean, when we serve below 50%, I don't think we've ever won a match doing that. And we're always happy when we're serving in the 70s. I think we served in the high 70s at Wimbledon. We did so at the Australian Open, and my dad says, whenever you're in the high 70s, you win tournaments. And because I think when we make our first serve, I think we're winning, over 80% of our first serves, and when we miss the first serve, it's below 50. So it's huge. I think the key to making a lot of first serves for us is not always going for the hero serve, going for the ace. We hit a ton of body serves, so that takes missing it wide out of the equation, and that's also a great serve. I mean, it takes away the angle for the returner, and it kind of sets up your net player, your partner, to pinch the middle and put away those easy volleys. So we're definitely jamming up our returners, and sometimes we're even jamming up. We can say forehand body or backhand body, but usually just body works.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean, for everybody listening, big target, go at the body, get that first serve in. I mean, Bob and Mike struggle with the second serve just like everybody at the rec level, so, don't hit many second serves. All right, let's go to Kathleen.
We are dialing now.
All right, dialing.
Hello.
Hey, is this Kathleen?
This is Kathleen.
Hey, Kathleen, this is Will Hamilton. You are on with Bob and Mike Bryan.
Hello.
Hey,
Thank you
Kathleen.
for calling me. Hi, guys. How are you?
How you doing?
Thank you for calling. Good, thanks. I'm calling primarily for some hints if you guys can help me. I have a very good girls tennis team, consistently pretty strong in our district, but then when they move on, they're just not aggressive, and I need some hints to have them put the volleys away.
Yeah.
If you have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike?
yeah, you want. I mean, it stems from your. I think your first of all, you want to have the mentality that you're going to be aggressive and that you're going to be proactive.
Okay.
And sometimes you got to fake it. Sometimes you're a little scared of the ball. You think your opponent's hitting hard, but
Yes.
you got to put on that bold face. And sometimes you got to be an actor out there or an actress.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
And just kind of have no fear. And you know, you want to have your weight going forward on your volleys, and always be thinking close to the net, because the court becomes a lot bigger and your options are a lot greater when you're close to the net. I mean, it's tough to miss a volley when you're out on the net. I mean, it's hard to do.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So,
Kathleen, let me ask you this.
yeah.
What kind of exchanges do you guys normally get into?
You mean with my team or in practice?
Yeah, are they baseline rallies at net?
Well, my girls are. I noticed from the secret sauce, they're mostly singles players, and then they have to play doubles because they challenge, and I have 4 girls who play doubles, and they really don't want to come to the net. And when they get there, they're timid. A lot of our opponents are weak until we go on to like states, and then they don't know what hit them. You know what I mean? Because they don't really have to do much with their volleys. We practice them a lot, but unless they play with some of my stronger boys from my boys team, they don't really have. They have to be pretty timid until down the stretch, and then they don't have no clue what they're doing. Does that make sense to you?
That does make sense. Well,
yeah.
The one thing that you could implement in your team is having every team have signals that you guys communicate.
Right. They do
before the match.
They
do signals, which is good, and then you can have some plays and encourage your girls to take a risk. If it's one poach a game, just encourage them. It's only 1 point. I mean, if they go down your girl's line, it's 1 point. It's the same as a double fault. But it's gonna make the other team uncomfortable, and it's gonna pay dividends down the road, and it's gonna make your girls feel like they're proactive and they're doing stuff and they're having fun and they're being aggressive. Everyone wants to be the aggressive player. So. Say girls, today, if it's a team you're going to beat, to say, I want to see 1 poach out of each of you guys going one set or every game. And then, as a coach, you can keep notes on these teams. If you see a girl that likes to lob off her backhand, keep a little notepad and write it down, and so you can give these girls some game plan.
Okay, sometimes I have the other girls who don't play do stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's great.
That's beautiful.
You have a little book. Have a little book so they feel confident when they go out there.
Wonderful. Great.
Yeah, and Kathleen, the other thing I would look for is see if you can kind of find some patterns. If people are getting into baseline rallies, the advice about poaching is great, and if you could combine that with like a recognized pattern you see during the most of the matches, it's just a very clear situation when the person in net can close and pick off one of these, kind of passive Pete rallies, I guess.
Right. Yeah, that's what we see a lot of. Right. Okay. Great. I did try to have them, in our matches during the season, which are usually against opponents who are pretty weak. Try to do like one eye formation or one maybe Australian, and they do it. But even then, it's like they just like pat the ball. You know what I mean? So, but I'll keep in mind what you said. Does that make sense to you too? That trying to do something different, but they're still just kind of timid, Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure their weight's going forward on the volleys.
Okay. All right.
You can hit it a lot heavier. Make sure they're on their toes.
All right.
You don't want to see these girls flat-footed. You see that a lot in high school. They get on class and their bodies are just relaxed and they're on their heels. Make sure these girls are on their toes, and so they're ready to count. Yep, the dance step, exactly.
The dance step, right,
yeah.
Great, okay.
Wonderful. I broke that out at the club. It didn't go very well.
Nice, well.
I cleared the dance floor. My volleys are good right now, though, but...
Save the last dance for me.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Kathleen.
That was very helpful. All right, I appreciate it.
All the best. All right, bye, Kathleen.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, good luck with the team. Want to quickly take a second to welcome Connie, Bruce, and Christine, who just joined the playbook a couple seconds ago, so look forward to working with y'all. Adam, do we have another
Sweet.
call queued up?
We are just about ready to.
All right, we'll be ready for a call.
Ready right now.
And, oh, we're ready for another call right now?
Skip in Tucson, Arizona.
Skip from Tucson. That's Adam's old stomping grounds. Went to the University of Arizona.
Hello.
Hey, is this Skip?
It is.
Hey, Skip, this is Will Hamilton. You are on the line with Bob and Mike Bryan.
Great. Appreciate it.
What's up, Skip? How you doing?
Hi, guys.
How's it going, man?
What's your question?
So what's up, Skip? What's your question, man?
Well, I coach girls high school tennis, and most of my girls, with the exception of maybe one or two, are really students of the game. Most of them just come out for the spring tennis season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get some ideas on what I can do to help them improve their doubles game when they're not really that motivated to practice a lot, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I hear you. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen some of our videos and you get this video, see, they can do just a couple simple things, a poach here, an eye formation here, just throwing it on just to spice up their games. I mean, they don't have to do a lot. They might not play tennis all year round, but just to get them to move in the right way, anticipate where the ball is going to be, and just throw a couple different wrinkles at their opponents would be a good start. And I think that they'd have fun doing it. That's where you can start, and then you can implement some of the drills that we show that will make them feel more comfortable doing these plays and doing some of these volley movements. Will, I don't know. You have a couple hours of our drills, right? Set up for
We got we named them the Bro Essentials. So yes, we've got many a Bro Essential.
So that could you could use some of our drills that we do daily and throw them in your practices. And I guarantee that these girls will go out there and be more comfortable on the doubles court. But just starting with a move here, a signal here, just a little bit of communication in between points to let the volleyer know where you're going to serve, just so you can anticipate where the ball is going to be. And that's what our whole playbook is kind of about, is being proactive and having that jump on the move of where you imagine the ball to be. And it all starts with the movement and the communication and kind of reading your opponent.
All righty, that makes a whole lot of sense. I've been, working with these girls. Some of them I am lucky enough to get to come out for 4 years before they graduate, and I run a no-cut program, USTA no-cut tennis. So I'm averaging around 20, 22 girls. That's varsity and JV, and most of them stick because they're having a good time and they like learning how to play. And I think in general terms, what you're offering is to be a little bit more proactive and maybe have the girls, between points, more communication in terms of where they're going to go, i.e. your play idea for each point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell them to have some, get some signals. Have these girls, talk about the rock, paper, scissors. That's what we use. Have them work on their overheads. Because you see that a lot at the 2.0 to 3.0 level. Is the lobs kind of get up there, defensive lobs. You want your girls to be able to put these balls away. So have them work on their overheads. And if they have good overheads, then they can move to the net a little bit closer. And they'll get the ball higher. There'll be more court to hit into. But make sure these girls, they play a little bit closer than that, and their weight's going forward, so they're getting easy volleys and they're not getting tough volleys.
Right.
Yeah, Skip. I think just to echo, as long as these girls are having fun, like I'm just thinking back to when I was playing high school tennis, and some of the kids were in there, weren't too serious, but if they were having fun, and I think from a doubles perspective, you're having the most fun when you're proactive, when you're on the net, when you're kind of dictating play.
Right.
That, you know, still engaged with the team, engaged in playing tennis, even though they might not be the most serious tennis players.
Right, and success breeds success. So who knows? They may get even more committed and decide to stick with it.
No, exactly. That's right. You know, if they're proud of what they're doing, they're gonna definitely work harder at it, I think.
And
All right, well, thanks.
Okay, well, I don't want to overrun, but I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to the Bryan Brothers. I'm going to put that down in my journal.
All right, Skip. Hey, good luck, Skip.
I'm a 66-year-old hacker. You guys are very inspiring.
That's nice, man. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, Skip. Hopefully my dad's not listening. He's the 72-year-old hacker. Okay, so Adam, we have another call in just a second.
We're ready.
All right, let me quickly welcome Jeff, Dennis, Greg, and Ken inside the playbook. They just joined. So
we're calling.
Are we calling? We're calling who?
Ettore.
Atoria?
Ettore.
Attore.
Yep. Let's give it a whirl. You can ask him.
Okay.
Hi, this is Ettore.
Hey, Attore, this is Will Hamilton. You are on the phone with Bob and Mike Bryan.
Hey guys, how are you? This is Ettore, and I got Angelo here, my identical twin brother as well.
Hey, guys.
Oh, grudge match. Twin brothers grudge match.
Yeah, so we're the Rossetti brothers. We met you guys at a Hartford Fox Sports, if you remember. We were wearing the Davis Cup uniforms a while back.
That's cool.
That's right. Anyway, our question is, we've been playing doubles together for our whole lives like you guys, and we flip-flop from add and do sides as far as return to serve. We're both righties, though. You know, what's your mentality behind which brother plays which side?
We play a sort of unconventional style with the lefty and the deuce, and I'm the righty. I play the ad. If you look back in history, a lot of the other teams, like Macro Fleming, the Woodies, played with the lefty in the ad. But we just like that we could get close to the net and with forehand volleys, which is our stronger volley. We have more reach with the forehand volley. So if our brother hits a good return, then we can move in and poach and stick the forehand volley. And plus we like to run around second serves, especially Bob does, and hit inside out forehands. You know, and it is sometimes tough on a really quick surface to get our backhands cross court, but we've worked really hard on it. And you know, early in our career we played the opposite way, and so that's probably the main reason, is just being able to control the middle with our forehands, which we feel we have more power with and more reach.
That's awesome, and I remember in a pivotal match, you guys, I think, switched after a set to one side or the other. Like, when would you make that kind of call?
We often make that call when you know, when stuff's going wrong, and we want to throw in just a twist, you know. So since you guys have played both ways, I would, you know, leave that as part of your strategy. You know, if you're getting beat 6-1, I would switch it up, you know, and that will I don't know, it could freak your opponents out. It might work against you, but we've used it against our opponents that have beaten us a lot of times in a row. We'll switch our returning sides, and it's paid off in the past.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, great, Ettore. Thanks for calling, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks, you guys. You guys are the...
All right, well, thanks, guys, for calling in. Adam, do we have another call?
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet? Okay, remember everybody in chat, they can ask a question there as well. Send it to Adam, FYB. He's the broadcaster, his name's in red. And right below the chat box is the add to cart button. If you want to join, you can go with the $37 a month option for 12 months. Very affordable to get about 30 hours of instruction. I did that's including the bonuses, by the way. It's about $13 an hour, so pretty solid stuff there.
Sweet.
All right, so Adam is digging up another call, so I am going to take one that was pre-submitted to us here. Let me see. Wait for it. Yeah, Bob, Mike, what do you guys do when you play mixed doubles? Because there's the question of, you know, I have a partner, or I don't play with the same partner all the time. I'm always with a new partner. So what do I do there? How do we get on the same page? How do we communicate quickly, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you go to a Grand Slam, you don't have your mixed partner, you know, paired up. You don't know who you're going to play with. You're finding someone often the day before. So you have no strategy with that partner. You know, I play with Liesl Huber, who I played for the last year. We have some plays and stuff we run, but, you know, I play with partners that I've never even seen before. And I think the number one thing you can do is just encourage, you know, be positive towards your partner, make them feel good, encourage them to go for their shots. And then, you know, often the girl will be a little scared and she'll stand back. You know, she'll be scared of a powerful shot from the man. So I just, you know, grab her by the shoulders and I position her where I want her to stand, which is usually closer to the net. You know, she can take up more space. I have to cover less court.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you all, you know, whenever you play with a new partner, you're always proactive and you're always aggressive, correct? Regardless of the situation, you're always trying to get those secret sauce volleys.
Yeah, you're always doing what you can do, and that's playing an aggressive style of play. I mean, you're half the team, and if you're playing proactive and you're doing your part, it's a good chance the team's going to be successful. So you got to always play the right way. Hopefully your partner's on board and he's doing it, but a lot of times, as Bob would know, he plays a lot of mixed. The ladies player is kind of hanging back and hitting a lot of reactive volleys, and Bob's always trying to, you know, pump her up and get her, encourage her to be more confident and play the same style he plays. But he's got to be more proactive than he usually is, and take a little bit more risk and chances with his movement just to compensate sometimes. And he's one of the best at all time doing that. And he's flying everywhere. He's anticipating where he thinks the ball is going to be. He's making really bold moves, and that's why he's been successful. I mean, he's obviously got burned a few times, but in the end, he plants a seed he plants a seed of fear in the opponent that, you know, they're scared because they don't know where he's going to be and when he's going to make his move. So he plays it the right way, and a lot of times he's never played with some of these women players, and so he'll try to give them simple signals and simple plays, and they'll communicate in between points if they haven't played together before. You know,
so basically, the key you're kind of getting at here is you should, regardless of whether you have a new partner or not, always be aware of your responsibilities. Always be aggressive when you should be aggressive. And in terms of, you know, the movement, we've been talking about poaching a lot. We got a bunch of questions that are sort of like, when do I poach? And what I'm hearing from you is, you know, the timing is so important. Don't tip your hand off. You move after your opponent's committed to their shot.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's the biggest part of the poach is the timing. You know, it's not, you don't move when they're bringing their racket back. We like to move when they're swinging forward. They're committed. There's no turning back on their forehand or backhand, and then we'll take off, and we'll just imagine where the ball is going to be. If we think it's going to be cross court, we'll move forward, and then we'll move that diagonally, towards that exact spot where we think the ball is going to be, and we're taking a risk. We're not going to be there to cover. They're down the line. If they go there, too good. We're burned. Mm-hmm. But we're being proactive, and it feels pretty damn good when you get that ball right where you expect it to be, and you put it right through your opponent.
Well, on that note, let's go to Mark in Illinois. I want to also welcome Marianne, Hugh, and Margaret inside the playbook who just joined.
Hello.
Hello, is this Mark?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Mark, this is Will Hamilton. You are on with Bob and Mike Bryan.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Mark, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm a big fan of you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks,
man.
I'm not.
I don't know. You're not?
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm fan.
I don't know if you guys had a chance to read my question. Did you get an opportunity or no?
We might have, Mark. You can ask it here.
My issue is I've been playing tennis for almost 40 years, and being 6'4" and a long wingspan, I've developed an issue where I keep getting passed at the net when my partner is serving or receiving. I'm poaching at the wrong time. I'm leaving at the wrong time. And my question was, what do you guys key in on your opponents before you take that first step to cross over in the middle? Do you look at the backswing? Do you look at the ball where the ball bounces? I'm trying to nail down this time frame, and I keep making the wrong move.
Yeah, Mark, we just talked about that 1 second ago. We watch the swing of our opponent, and it's right when they've committed. I'm getting a little feedback. Is that normal? Well, hello.
Hello. Hey.
Yes,
I'm back.
Oh, feedback?
Okay.
Yes, no?
I was getting a little feedback there.
Oh.
I was saying, sorry about that. I was saying, we watch the swing of our opponent, and it's not when he's bringing the racket back. It's not after he's hit the ball. It's when he's swinging forward and when he's committed to his shot. This is a point of no return for the opponent. He can't, adjust his swing. It's just a split second. So when he's swinging forward, that's when you take off. And just imagine where that ball is going to be. Make sure you're taking a few steps forward. You're getting closer than net as he's about to swing, and then you're going diagonal towards where you think the ball is going to be. And then you can watch your opponent's racket face too. You can see if he's starting to open his racket face and it looks like it's going to be a chip. Make sure to get back for that lob. But if his racket's kind of turned towards the ground, he's getting ready to rip a big Western forehand. You can get a little closer to the net, and the closer you are to the net, the harder it is to get by you. You're going to take up a lot more space the closer you are to the net.
Yeah, I was watching the first video that you guys put out with these guys, fuzzy yellow balls, and I did try a couple of those things since I saw the first video about moving in a little closer and trying to be more on top of the net. Again, the old lob thing is always in the back of my mind. I play with a bunch of guys who are, some of them are prolific lobbers. I mean, they can hit a lob from anywhere in the court and it always lands on a baseline. So it's just trying to mix all it up.
Yeah, I mean, the lob stuff. I mean, do you work on your overhead a lot, Mark?
To work on my overhead?
Yeah, you work on your overhead? I mean, you want to send a message to these guys that when that lob does go up, you want to try to make a statement right away so they don't keep doing it. When a lob gets up, we try to crush those first couple overheads early in a match, just to kind of send a message. Don't go up there anymore. But usually usually we play at a really attacking style, and if the lob's getting over us and it's beat us 5-6 times, that's when we'll back up a little bit and be a little more wary of the lob. But yeah, you want to keep the aggressive mentality as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds to me like Mark, the key issue for you is really the timing, and you know, it's not just you; it's a very common issue at the recreational level. You move too soon, or you get too close too early, and you open up a part of the court for your opponent to hit into. I mean, you want to move, like these guys were saying, when your opponent has already committed to the shot, and that takes a little bit of timing, right? But that's why Bob and Mike are so good, is their timing is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Make it look so easy.
I mean, you guys were on call right at 8 o'clock. I mean, just impeccable timing. I was impressed.
Hey, Will, and I might add that with the poach, it doesn't have to be a big move. You know, if you're looking for it and you time it right, it can only be a couple steps. If you're in the right position, you know, and you're cutting off the angle, it's only a few steps. You don't have to be, you know, Carl Lewis to make some of these poaches. Just, you know, move forward and move at the right time and be in the right position, and it's 1 or 2 steps and you're right there for the poach.
Yeah, especially at 6'4", Mark. You know, you don't have a couple steps, you're good. It's a little bit more work when you're 5'8" like me.
Yeah, but it sounds like, Mark, you're making some bold moves and you're playing the right way, and that timing will come. And you know, if you're getting burned up the line, you're getting burned cross court, you know, you're still showing your opponent that you're everywhere, and that'll wear them down. So keep playing that way, man.
Well, I figure I've got another 25 years to go before I hang up the racket. So
there you go.
Yeah, you do.
Well, thanks, Mark.
I appreciate it, guys.
The call, man.
That's been very great. Love to watch you play, and it's fun to get this information.
All right, Mark. Good luck, man.
Cool. Thanks, man. All right. Well, why don't we take a couple more calls? I think we got 2 more or so. Excuse me? Oh, okay. Actually, somebody, so nobody's queued up right now, Adam?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So if somebody wants to talk with Mike and Bob, click on FYB, and you can send Adam your information. Want to quickly take a second to welcome David, Scott, Judy, and Renee, who just joined the playbook. A lot of people taking the $37 a month option, which is what I would recommend if sort of on the fence. Just kind of get in there and see what's going on, because this stuff is pretty awesome. Obviously, I'm biased, but
We'll you know, Mike and I are pretty proud of this video. And as you know, we spent a lot of time doing it with you. You were there in the heat. I think we spent 6 days grinding. So we got a lot of material, and we really took our time on this stuff. And I think it's going to help players of all abilities, you know, improve. Doesn't matter if you're a pro or if you're a high school girl or a 75-year-old man. I think all these you know, different strategies and drills, you know, will help your game improve.
Yeah, do you remember, you obviously remember Steve and Grant, the hitting partners in KC, who you played?
Yeah, that was a good guy.
Sure. Well, they actually used the tactic you were talking about earlier, where they would actually serve out wide and then shift over to the side, basically to only have that, you know, kind of dipper, cross-court dipper as their option, and they won at this big tournament in KC.
Oh, that's
using
awesome.
That wow. Yeah. Grant texted me.
Should we
charge those the guys that thought they could beat us?
I was going to say.
The guys thought they could beat us.
Send them the invoice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, while Adam reaches out, let's talk a little bit more. You know, I want, you know, the lob is this tricky shot at the recreational level, and we touched on it a little bit. But talk a little bit about the vertical adjusting you guys make at net. Basically, hit a volley and you say, how good was that volley, and then you adjust accordingly, up or back.
Yeah. Exactly. Go for it, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, we adjust our positioning on the strength of our volley. You know, if we hit a deep volley and we see our opponents in a defensive position, we'll have the opportunity to even close tighter. If we hit a weak one and our opponent's setting up, we'll take a step back and we'll kind of brace, but we'll have our weight moving forward. And, you know, we'll adjust, but, you know, we also watch the racket face of our opponents. And, you know, if we see an open racket face and we see that their only option is to lob it, we'll get ready. We'll get ready for the lob. And, you know, we love lobs. You know, that's our chance to end the point. And I think everyone should have the mentality that when a lob goes up, I love it. You know, if we can't put it away on the first shot, then we're going to set up the point to put it away in one or two shots. You know, so you know, when a lob goes up, we always try to make a statement, as Bob said before, and show them how good our overhead is. You know, and it's your chance to shine on the overhead, and it's a fun shot.
Now, when you guys go back, like kind of deep, you know, we talked about the bounce overhead guy. Where does that placement go? The deeper you get, maybe through the court, further up by the net, off the court?
Yeah, the deeper you get, and the harder it is to hit that overhead. You know, if it's a really good lob, it's going to be tough to put away from, you know, almost by the baseline. So we use it as an assist. Well, you know, we'll try to hit the ball through the court, down the middle. Take away the angles, try to keep it as deep as possible, and then we'll have our brother, our partner, you know, get all over the net, swarm it, and use it as a setup shot. You know, and try not to end the point on one, but we'll end it on hopefully two. You know, the closer you are to the net on the overhead, you know, you'll see a lot more angles. You can get rid of it, but you know, the further back, we usually try to drive it down the middle and set it up for the next shot, for the slam dunk.
So we're about to go to another call, but I want to touch just one more second on this sort of notion of a setup shot and come back to playing with a new partner. You know, Bob, when you play these mixed doubles tournaments, you pretty much, I'm guessing, know what your opponent's, you know, potential shots are based on where you or your partner has put the ball. Am I right about that? You're like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
This ball got cross court. These are their options.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely have an idea of my opponent's abilities from where they are positioned in the court. You know, if we hit a very deep volley, you know, we'll close in a little tighter because I'm expecting like a weak reply. You know, best case scenario is they just throw up a mean ball lob, which you know we kind of like. We're in an advantageous position. You know, if we get pulled wide, you know, we'll shift over. But yeah, in mixed doubles, you know, I'm just trying to cover as much court as possible. I'm trying to get as many balls as possible because obviously, you know, in our situation in the pro level, you know, the more times a male touches the ball, the better. You know, unless you're playing with like Serena or Venus, some kind of superstar.
So basically,
you know,
it's all about, you know, coming back to being proactive, imagining where the ball is going to be, and kind of going there and putting yourself in position to hit that secret sauce volley.
Exactly. I'm definitely using my imagination. I'm really amping up my risk. I'm doubling it during a mixed doubles match. And I'm really just poaching. I'm imagining where that's going to go. I'm seeing. I'm watching the racket face of the other girl, seeing if she's going to drive it. Then I'm taking off, you know, on the cross court, trying to cover my partner. It's it's a really aggressive, proactive style of doubles, which you know, Mike and I like to play, and I think it'd be fun for a lot of people to watch a mixed doubles match because you really see aggressive styles by most of the men play.
Nice. Well, let's, Adam, we good for another call? Okay, we're going to Elizabeth, and as we give her a call, I want to welcome Mike, Colette, and Edward into the program.
Hi.
Hey, is this Elizabeth?
It is.
Hi, Elizabeth. This is Will Hamilton. You are on with Bob and Mike Bryan.
Great. Hi,
Hey,
guys.
Elizabeth. How are you doing, Elizabeth?
I'm doing great. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, no problem.
My question has to do with, I guess, one of your past videos and taking the overhead. So I'm not 6'4" like one of the previous callers, and I'm not a spring chicken, but my wheels are pretty good. But I guess this pertains to the lob and possibly, most probably playing with a partner who maybe doesn't run that much. So it's a little bit more challenging for someone who's only 5'3" to get that lob and hit an overhead from the backcourt, let alone down the middle. And my second part of the question is, if I do happen to get one where I can hit an overhead, it's so hard for me to explain to my partner to get out of the way so that I have kind of, more of the court to hit the overhead into. They kind of sometimes don't move out of the way, and that only gives me half of the court to hit the overhead in. So I guess it's a 2 or 3 part question, really.
Mike?
Yeah, well, I mean, so how tall are you? Are you 5'3"? Because
Yeah.
Are you 5'3"? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, the lobs are going to look a little bit higher, and it might be a little tougher for you. But I would maybe, if you're getting lobbed a lot, first of all, you let a couple lobs go over your head before you start moving back. But if you have to, I would take a step back, and then you can always judge the lob. If you can take it out of the air, that's always the best option. You want to try and take it out of the air and then get back to net and just make them keep lobbing you. If it's a great lob and you have to back up and hit a bounce overhead, if you're not strong enough to do it, from that position, I mean, sometimes you can let it come down to your shoulder and just hit a topspin forehand, and hopefully your partner gets out of the way. Hopefully they're listening to this phone call and they'll move out of the way.
Well, I guess if they get hit, they'll get out of the way.
Yeah, they'll learn their lesson once they get a ball mark on their back. But that's what we do. If I'm on the back of the baseline hitting a swinging a forehand or an overhead, ball will move out to the alley and kind of give me the whole court. I try to hit it hard. You have a lot of court to work with because you're kind of aiming down the middle. So you want to go for depth though. That's the main thing, because unless they charge the net, you want to try to pin them back and get your net partner involved in the next play. And hopefully they'll move to the side, and then you'll set them up with something beautiful in the middle of the court. But if you're seeing a lot of lobs, which you probably do see a lot of lobs. I've watched some clubs across the street at my club, and I see a ton of lobs. That's probably the number one play. You want to obviously want to work on your head, but you probably want to stand just a step back and watch the racket head very carefully. And if you see them, going to drive the ball, then you can move forward and be proactive.
Well,
yeah, Elizabeth.
Go
ahead, Elizabeth.
Oh no, I was just going to say. I mean, it sounds like we were trying to do everything that you say. Try to get it out of the air first, and if we can't move forward onto that overhead, do try to get a kind of a high, like a sidearm, just trying to get it out of the air. Okay, well, patience.
Yeah, Elizabeth, before you go, I'd add, I think just as a general principle, the lob is so effective at the rec level because most players are reactive. They wait to see, oh, the lob has gone up, now I should go back for it, versus the lob is very likely, I should position myself in case my opponent's about to hit it. That's what being proactive is all about. You put yourself in position to cover the likely shots. So I think anticipation is huge here. You know, you're 5'3", I'm 5'8". I frankly don't get lobbed that much because I'm kind of crashing the boards, and if one or two go over, fine, whatever. It's you know, if you're proactive, it becomes less likely.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm sure the Bryan Brothers and you will be covering all the situations that would help us all be more proactive in reading that racket head, etc., and situations.
Yep, that is the plan.
We also talk about the overhead movement and how to move better to the overhead. You know, we talk about the footwork there as well, so they'll definitely reach that ball a little quicker.
Well, really looking forward to the whole program. Thank you so much.
All right, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have one more, Adam? Is that one more call?
Well, I don't have anyone actually call right now.
Oh, okay.
Answering their phones, so,
some people slacking off and not answering their phones. So I think we're going to take one more and then we will tell you a little bit more about this program. And then we got to let Bob and Mike go because I think they've TiVo'd Glee and need to watch it.
America's Got Talent's on over here on the East Coast.
Oh, is that what
we're
it is?
having a little America's Got Talent party over here. So.
Nice. And then the X Factor after, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Back to back.
Do you guys follow the NFL?
California.
Huh?
Do I follow the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not in the fantasy leagues, but yeah, dude. Are you a Redskins guy?
How about those Skins, baby?
Skins, man. Did they get it done?
They got it done.
Huge.
28-14, I think. Super Bowl.
Undefeated.
There we go.
1-15.
That's fine. We'd get Andrew Luck. We'd get a Stanford boy.
Exactly. There you go.
I'll go for that. Can you guys, if we go 1-14, will you give him a call, put in a good word?
Yeah, man. Don't worry.
Definitely. All right. Everybody who's watching and don't know, Bob and Mike went to Stanford.
All right. We are ready to get Eddie on the phone.
Okay, so I think we got one more call from Eddie.
Hello.
Hey, is this Eddie?
Yes, it is.
Eddie, what's up? This is Will Hamilton. I've got Bob and Mike Bryan on the phone.
Hi, Will.
What's up, Eddie?
Hey, hi, Mike. Hi, Bob.
How are you doing?
This is really cool. I'm doing well. So here's my question. I am primarily a singles player, and I am playing more doubles, and I'm having a hard time even hitting simple volleys at times because I panic at net. I get the deer in headlights look. It just completely freeze, and I oftentimes miss easy shots that I, should get otherwise. So any advice on how to get over that panic and be a little more relaxed and just put away those secret sauce volleys?
Yeah. Well, one thing, I think you're panicking because you're reacting to the volley. You're seeing what's been hit at you, and you're reacting. You're not being proactive. You're not using your imagination. If you've hit a deep ball, just try to imagine where the opponent can go. See what the shot is most likely. If you play an opponent that and he's got a great backhand, and that ball goes short to his backhand, you gotta back up a step, and get on your toes and brace for impact, because that's probably going to rope it at you. But yeah, just try to use your try to watch your opponent's racket face, and if you're missing volleys, you're probably a little bit too far back, and you're hitting volleys that are below the net. So you want to try to move in a little bit closer, and get your weight going forward.
Okay. Any advice for for doubles when, if I'm at the net and my partner is serving and it's a relatively weak serve, and so it seems like oftentimes the opponent will drill that return back, and at times at me or very close to me. That's also a situation where I tend to panic because I know it's a weak serve to the opponents, and they have ample time to just drill it back. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time. I mean, we play against Verdasco, who has the biggest flan in the world. We played against Nadal, and oftentimes they will take that big rip at you on the return. Just make sure, Eddie, you're on your toes. You don't want to be flat-footed in these positions. Get your knees a little bit bent. Get the hands out in front, and try to attack the volley the most you can, the best you can. If that person rips it at you, try to go forward on it and punch it. Stick your chest out, be confident, and actually do something to that ball. I know you want to stay there and just try to, fend for your life and protect yourself, but change that attitude and actually try to go do something to that ball. You'll feel really good about yourself.
Cool. Any drills that you would recommend for something like that? Or
we have a bunch of
panic.
Yeah, we have a bunch of drills in this video that help your hands, help you volley from every position of the court, moving forward. There's a bunch of stuff that works on footwork and positioning and reflexes, and so you'll have more than enough stuff to equip you for that tough return.
The closed volley drill we did in the second video, I believe, is a good one. And just Bob and Mike, we talked about when we were in KC how kind of at every level the speed got ramped up, and it took you a second to adjust to it. So I think, Eddie, it's the same deal with you. It's just you'll adjust to it.
Yeah, Eddie, when we we were two of the best juniors in the U.S., but when we got to college, the level looked quick, man. I mean, we were a 500 doubles team our freshman year, just because the serves were bigger, man. It looked really quick, man. It took a while to speed up our hands. So, it's going to take a little bit of practice. You got to get the reps in, but some of these drills will train that eye so that you won't be scared on these volleys.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and look forward to the playbook.
All right. Good luck, Eddie.
Thanks, Eddie.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, cool. Thank you, Eddie, and everybody else who called in. I want to take a quick minute to talk a little bit more about the playbook because this program is awesome. And look, I think from this call, everybody can see that Bob and Mike have a lot to say to rec players and a lot of instruction that can help rec players. And you saw this not only on this call, you saw it in the 4 free training videos we had with Bob and Mike. And look, if you found this call in particular helpful, there's 4 more of them inside of the portal, which we will address, I guess, get to after you guys have gone through the playbook. So you're, I wouldn't say quite as advanced as Bob and Mike, but you know a little bit about what some of their tricks, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty proud of this video. We've never done anything like this before. We're 33 years old. We've been playing doubles, competitively since we were 6, and we love this game. We felt like we've learned so much from my parents in college and through our travels on the tour, and we kind of want to get it out. Like I said, we've never done it, so this is it. Kind of all our knowledge and learning throughout the years kind of spit out in this video, which is pretty cool for us to do and to see done.
Yeah, and the kind of the crazy thing to me is you guys have been playing your entire life. You know this game back and forth. You're the current #1 doubles team in the world. You've won more titles than anybody else ever. And I don't know, but I'm pretty confident to say that this has never been done before. The #1 team, #1 players in the world, teaching rec players how to do some of the stuff that they do. So kind of a no-brainer from my perspective here. Now, if you are if you're watching on Ustream, come to doublesplaybook.com. But if you are on Doubles Playbook, right below this player in the chat box is an Add to Cart button. Click that button, and you can select from one of 3 payment options. One of them, $37 a month for 12 months. So for $37 a month for 12 months, you can get 10 hours of instruction with Bob and Mike, and you can get all the bonuses we're throwing in. So that's like about 30 hours of content. Did the math earlier today. That's about $13 an hour for all this instruction. So that's, that's pretty sick, I think, at least. So
yeah, pretty good.
it's decent. It's decent. It's a lot cheaper than it's a lot cheaper than a cable TV bill. How are you going to watch The Bachelor, Glee, and everything else? You guys got dialed up.
Exactly.
So a couple more things. One thing that I sometimes get asked about when we do programs like this is, what if I don't like the course? Can I get my money back? And yes, absolutely. There's a 60-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. You can get your money back for any reason. It is a no-risk offer. So if you are a doubles player, there's no reason you shouldn't at least try it if you're on the fence, because if you don't like it for whatever reason and you feel like, Bob and Mike can't help you, you can get all your dinero back. And very important for everybody to listen, we have never once denied somebody a refund. I know a lot of you watching this have followed FYB for a while, you know that, but I also know a lot of people are kind of coming into the fold now, and you're like, who are these characters? Do they engage in shenanigans? Blah, 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 blah. So just want to make that very clear. Finally, you have lifetime access to Bob and Mike, because this material is available 24/7 via the internet. You can download it to your iPad, your computer. Guys, you have iPads, right?
Yeah, we got iPads.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Yeah, we can
you
answer
iPad
some
1 or 2?
I got the 1. I can't afford the 2. Will.
Oh, you can't. All right, I gotcha. Steve Jobs, man, is just pricey.
He's killing it. But yeah, we'll answer people's questions if they have questions throughout the course. That they want us to answer, and we'll definitely come back in and out and make sure everyone's happy and not confused with any material.
Yeah, I mean, we got you guys on some calls, so people can submit questions. Exactly, got you on speed dial. Got the selling number. Gonna do some 3 a.m. calls when you guys are asleep.
Don't dial me, buddy.
Cell phone comes with the package.
Oh, nice. Oh, important. Adam reminded me. You can share this program with your doubles partner. So everybody out there who has a regular doubles partner, feel free to share it with them. Obviously, it will do more good if your partner is on the same team. Bob and Mike probably wouldn't be as good if only Mike had the playbook.
Nope. We'd be half as good.
Do you guys? How does that work? How do you guys come up with like new plays and stuff? Do you kind of sit down and talk about it, or what's the evolution there?
I think we've exhausted them all. We've thrown everything at our opponents. Bob, you got any new ones? Are you learning any new ones in Miami?
If I invent any new plays, I'll text you. I'll text you, Mike.
Okay.
But
actually,
we got an extensive playbook, Will, and our coach. That's why we have one of the best coaches in the world. He keeps inventing new stuff to give us. But at 33 years old, I feel like we know it. If we don't know it by now, we'll never get it. Like.
Well, actually, maybe the coolest part of this entire program is it's not necessarily you guys were inventing new plays, but you were inventing new chest bumps. So we have probably the most extensive chest bump lesson ever created. We've got, was it the helicopter? We have the Matrix.
Yeah, that's worth at least $13 an hour.
Minimum.
We've only done that once in our whole career. So
when was that?
That's worth the video. It was after we beat the Russian team in Moscow in, like, what year was that? 2007. 7, yeah, or 6. I think it was 6, Mike. 2006.
Good memory.
So one helicopter and out, huh?
Yep.
It's too dangerous.
Good.
But we broke it down on the video, so it just takes a little bit more practice. We need to watch those videos. Well,
you can download it to your iPad, iPhone, whatever other mobile device, take it to the court with you and work through it. So that's one of the advantages of the program. All right, guys. Well, everybody listening, registration closes in 2 hours and 25 minutes, midnight tonight. So if you're on the fence, highly encourage you to take the plunge. This program is sick. It's the #1 team in the world, the best team of all time. So there's definitely something here that can help you. With that in mind, Bob and Mike, thank you so much for joining this call. Parting shots?
Will, thanks for having us. It was a lot of fun doing the video, man. Thanks for doing it for us. And, yeah, buddy, we'll definitely be seeing you around, and we'll be talking to everyone who has the doubles playbook. Any questions, we'll come firing back at you. So get it.
All right. There you go, guys. Bob and Mike told you to get it. So we will see you inside the members portal. But thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you on the other side.